as I now hit the go live button. Hold on one second. Okay, now we are live. I'm sorry. I started us going and didn't hit the go live button, but it did
Talked
record.
about vitamins,
It's
talked about
fine.
everything.
It's
Okay,
fine.
I
It's
guess nobody
fine.
needs to hear about the vitamins that
It's
we take
fine,
anyway,
man.
right?
It's fine. They don't care
I
about
guess
the
nobody
vitamins.
nobody
They
cares about the
don't. They
vitamins we
don't.
take.
They
Nobody
don't
cares
care
about the
about the
vitamins we
vitamins
take.
that we're taking. They really don't.
Give a fuck about the
If you
vitamins we
just
take.
started watching us, we started like 6 minutes ago, but I've got to hit the go live button on YouTube. And we were talking about the vitamins that we take. So essentially, get your daily vitamins, and as Pavy says, what
Black
say?
people take vitamin D.
Vitamin D. Okay.
You're
All
naturally
right.
vitamin D deficient. Black
Yeah.
people, usually you're naturally vitamin D deficient. Please, African Americans, take vitamin D.
Yes.
Do not
Very
look at
true.
the coronavirus death tolls every day and do nothing to try to build your immune system up. Don't just live in fear. Live smartly, but also do the best you can to build your immune system up on your own. And there you go.
Yeah. So I kind of started to talk about Kyrie and his, kind of what I view as him being and doing what I think is very, very selflessly. Finally, putting because people love to talk about it's easy for him to say that because he makes $35 million a year. But I mean, yeah, I potentially stand to lose part of $35 million a year. So like, if I'm saying that I don't care about losing that $35 million a year, and that it's bigger than that, then I have more at stake to lose than others. Like he does. But I don't think that he has more at stake to lose than others in terms of from a human perspective, but in terms of financial perspective, he does have more to lose than others. He does. He literally stands to lose more money. But in terms of a human being standpoint, it's all equal. I think it's all equal, which is why I'm not upset at the players who don't want to play, and I'm not upset at the players that do want to play. And I think that you can very clearly see that, from Patrick Beverley's tweet to Lou Williams' tweets to Stack 5 talking about it to Dwight Howard supposedly opposing, a potential return and potentially thinking about sitting out the season. There are rumors of Donovan Mitchell not necessarily feeling 100%, into it, even though he kind of basically shot those rumors down. I'm looking at the landscape of the NBA, and I'm thinking that it's very, very interesting in terms of where it might go. But I do think that Kyrie, for once, is not being selfish. I think he's being selfless. And I think that the criticism and the flack that he's gotten on behalf of white reporters who don't come from the community that we come from,
Facts.
who aren't from the places that we are from, who don't have to deal with single parent households. Kyrie grew up in a single parent home, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
I think you grew up with his dad, yes.
Yes. So I think that it's disrespectful for these reporters to speak about him in the manner in which they speak about him. But I also think that it further proves the point as to what I was saying when I said that, go out and make your own stuff. Because then you can control who you let in your media members and who you let in your conversations. But also, beyond owning your own stuff, I genuinely think that these reporters are being disrespectful because they want to make money reporting on basketball. It's like like Kanye said, this ain't no damn Mandingo fight. I don't need to go out there and shuck and jive and do all of this in order for you to be entertained. If I have other things that are bigger that are on my mind. So go ahead, talk in depth. What are your thoughts?
Um, Number one, I want to say that nobody's in the wrong for anything how they handle this situation. Like I can't. Obviously, us as all African Americans, I think we all feel a way about everything that's going on. I can't tell anybody what they should do. For one, I'm not the person. Would I love to see them go play basketball? I mean, yeah, sure, I love basketball. I would love to watch basketball, but at the same time, even deeper than just the racial injustice, I'm not the person who has to leave my family for however many months to go to Florida, which is clearly a hotbed of coronavirus.
Do you know that some team personnel cannot even bring their significant others? That they themselves can only come.
Yeah,
So that means
yeah,
that,
so
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
3 months away from your entire family, and if you get sick, you get quarantined off
yeah,
from everyone
by
else.
yourself, by yourself. Not look. I don't have a family, So it's way easy for me to say one thing. I don't have a family, so like that wouldn't affect me personally so much. But like people have whole families with kids, with wives, with moms, dads that they want to bring in and that they probably see all the time. I don't know how it would feel to be exiled, basically pretty much exiled from my family for 3 months to play a game.
Yeah.
After we haven't played in 4 months, imagine the injury concerns. Some people
listening.
aren't.
They're listening to. Go ahead.
Like some people aren't 1,000% in shape. You also have the injury concerns and everything else like that. So I don't I can't tell people what they should do. I don't know what people should do. Kyrie's concerns, I think Kyrie's concerns are 1,000% valid. For one, Kyrie is, I forget the exact position he is. I don't want to say the exact position he is. You guys can go look that up and research it. But Kyrie has a very important position in the player association. So Kyrie, with the position he has with the player association, is doing what he should do. As whatever position he has in the player association, it's his job to bring up concerns the players might have. This is a concern that the players might have. It's a very valid concern, and it's a concern that he may bring up, that he should bring up. When he says, I'm willing to give up everything for social justice and equality, that's mad respectable. 1,000%. That's mad respectable. I commend that. You can't never say nothing about that. Same time, when Garrett Temple says, I think that, one way we can combat systematic racism is by all brothers getting their check, I can't really argue with that either. The one thing about Kyrie is, I don't want to count nobody money. I don't want to count nobody pockets. I don't want to do that because I don't know what Kyrie has in the bank. Assets is different from capital, so I don't know what Kyrie has in the bank. But I will say from the looks of it, it seems like Kyrie, as long as he's been somewhat smart about his money, Kyrie will be good with his money for the rest of his life. The thing about the NBA is you maybe have, if you're lucky, 8 years, if you're very, very lucky, 8 years to earn as much money as you possibly can for the rest of your life. So I understand players who like, we need to go out here and play. I understand Austin Rivers. I understand Garrett Temple. Even I think Kyle Kuzma, who's still in his rookie deal, he said, we need to play. Again, I understand both sides. Even like Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard said he doesn't want to play. But also Dwight Howard is a guy, I don't know how much money Dwight Howard has earned through his career. Also, Dwight Howard, God bless him. I think he lost one of his the mothers of his children to coronavirus. Really? So I'm sure Dwight Howard has a lot of things. Sorry to hear that, Dwight.
My condolences to you and your family.
My condolences. So I'm sure he has a lot of things on his mind. I know Melo said he might not want to play, but also Melo's a guy who's been in the league 16, 17 years. So Melo is a made man. Melo has, whatever he needs to have. Hopefully, I don't want to count nobody's pockets because I don't know what you may need in your life. I don't know what your bills are. I don't know what your family situation is. I don't want to count nobody's pockets, but hopefully it would seem like Melo has what he needs for the rest of his life. Melo has made a good life for himself these past 15 years that can hopefully, if he use it right, hopefully, I don't want to count nobody's pockets. So I don't know, that will be able to at least somewhat support his lifestyle for the rest of his life. But again, if they don't want to play, 1,000%, I feel that. That's real because there's real things going on in the world that's way bigger than basketball. Way, way bigger than basketball. Yeah. But the thing that annoys me, not because it's not true, because I 1,000% think it's true, but the statement of basketball is a distraction. I hate that statement, because it's not true, because I think it is true. I think it would be a distraction. But my thing is, if all it takes is a basketball and basketball games to have you forget what's going on. The basic genocide, literally, I saw a tweet today. I saw somebody put up on Instagram. I don't know how true this is, but Africa, all 56 African nations did some of the UN where they literally want to bring the U.S. for genocide against African American people for police brutality. Literally, the genocide against African Americans. If all it takes is somebody dribbling to distract you from that or make you forget it's going on, that's sad. And
with all due respect, you just made the point as to why they shouldn't be playing basketball, because if there is a genocide going on outside, what the fuck are you dribbling a basketball for?
Listen, I understand that. But my thing is,
they one of the people that when they in their uniform, they can be murdered.
Listen, if that's all it takes for you to forget, as in this is a distraction, as in people are going to forget because we're playing basketball now in this game 2 of the playoffs, that is sad. And we as a people need to all look ourselves in the mirror and ask ourselves, what do we really care about in life? I'm not talking about for the players. Like I like that, but if
I'm a little
if
lost on that, but I feel you.
if somebody dribbling a basketball can make you forget about what's going on in the world every single day. If somebody dribbling a ball from 2 hours can make you forget about what's going on in the world,
It's
you need
gonna
to
be
ask
more than
yourself
2
what you
hours,
really care
bro.
about.
The NBA block every night is at least 6 to 7 hours
I
long.
don't care how long it is. If that's 6, 7 hours, first of all, you got the chance to choose not to watch. Number one, you can choose what to watch. Also, in this day and age, if there's a protest
But
you want
that's
to
not the point. That's not their point.
hold on. And also, you talking about the media. I get that with the media. The media done already moved on. The coronavirus is back in the topic of the number one things to talk about.
That's
so I
the
understand.
point. That's their point. We
and
don't
listen,
want it to just move on while there's
and
still a
listen,
genocide
I
out there
understand
happening.
that. I understand that. And I'm saying it would be a distraction. But what I'm saying is that is sad. That is 1,000% sad. And especially if the people, this is our issue. This is our issue. It's a human rights issue, but it's our issue. So if it's going to make us forget about it, then we got to look in the mirror and ask ourselves questions.
We also got to look in the mirror and also not go and dribble a basketball if it's us that's at stake when the genocide is happening.
That's fair.
Why
and look,
like why should I be out dribbling making white folks happy when there's a genocide happening?
And look.
Quote unquote.
Fair.
Quote unquote.
And look.
Quote
fair.
unquote. According to
no, not quote unquote.
No. As a retort, huh? Go ahead. I'm
not
listening.
quote unquote. I think you could literally bring this. I've said this before. You should bring this to the UN and genocide or a human rights issue. And look, fair. I understand. And I'm not saying that they should go play basketball. I don't know what they should do. It's way in over my head. I don't know what they should do. I think that, honestly, we're at a point where if you don't feel comfortable playing basketball because of what's going on, that's mad commendable. And I respect that, my brother. If you want to go out there and get your check, same thing. That's mad respectable, and I commend that because you may have needs. You have a family who need to do what they need to do as well. I'm just saying, if all it takes is somebody dribbling a basketball to make you forget what's going on, that is extremely sad, and we as a country need to look at our priorities.
I disagree with that. I think that people, since the dawn of time, been wanting to be entertained, and entertainment is a form of distraction. Period.
And again, I think we need to look at our priorities as human beings. And we need to look at our priorities as human beings.
And that's what they're doing by not wanting to dribble and play basketball.
We need to look at our priorities as human beings. If literally somebody dribbling the basketball for 2 hours can distract you again from the genocide that's going on amongst your people, because the rest of the world is already distracted. They back on coronavirus. They back on whatever else going on. They back on whatever. So if we, as African Americans, somebody dribbling a basketball can distract you from what's going on, then we need to look at our priorities as a people.
I mean,
does that mean they need to play?
No. They also don't need to play basketball. If under the same preface, they don't need to play basketball, then.
Look.
Period.
Fair.
Sorry. Period. Because who's gonna make the lion's share of that money? Not them.
Isn't it like a 50-50 revenue split? Was it 41-50 or a 51-49 revenue split?
Yeah, but ask how many people splitting it on one side versus how many people splitting it on the other side.
As in, you mean how many African Americans are getting that money as opposed to how many other people getting that money? It's definitely, when you look at the other side of it, definitely more white people getting money than African Americans getting money. But same thing, I can't be mad at a black man who say, yo, I need to feed my family. Also, I want to set my people up with generational wealth. So hopefully, maybe they can take this money and help another black man out down the line. Same what Garrett Temple said. Like, yo, I think one of the ways to combat systematic racism is create generational wealth within black communities. That's something that I also do agree with. I do agree that's one way to maybe, combat certain things. Obviously, it's not the end all be all fix. I don't know what the end all be all fix is, way over my head. And again, 1,000%, I'm not saying they should play. I'm not saying they shouldn't play. I don't know what they should do. I have zero idea. But I cannot be mad at anybody who wants to play. I can't be mad at anybody who don't want to play, because I get both sides. For real. First of all, like I said, it's not just that. I got to go be separated in Orlando, a hotbed. Florida is a hotbed for coronavirus right now. In the midst of all the other things that's going on with my people, and possibly get sick. And the workers can leave, but I got to stay, and I got to be away from my family for 3 months with what's going on in the world right now. As a man, I want to do that. It's a lot to think about. So Kyrie is doing his job. I'm just speaking simply to the fact that, like, Would it be a distraction? I agree it would be a distraction. I think, like you said, entertainment has been used as a distraction for everything else throughout human history. I'm just saying that's sad. If somebody coming back dribbling a basketball can make you forget about what's going on, that's sad, bro. And you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do you really care about? What do you really care about? If that's all it takes, bro. That's it. That's all it takes for you to forget about what's going on. Then that's a question that everybody needs to look in the mirror and ask themselves. Because the national media, the damn near already corona. I done seen coronavirus pop up on my timeline. Now, granted, Twitter is its own bubble, but even still with the new, I done seen coronavirus pop up on more news stations and everything else than I've seen it in the past 2 weeks. So coronavirus and already done came back up to being a top national media story, and this shit's still going on.
Yeah, because
ain't like
news
it stopped.
is a television program.
I know it's a television program, like I said.
Viewers and advertisers.
So exactly. So
why am I taking viewers and advertisers away from them and putting viewers and advertisers on basketball?
I hear what you're saying. And look, I'm not saying you. And look, I'm again, like I said, I agree it would be a distraction. I agree. I'm just saying that if all it takes is for the NBA to come back, for it to be a distraction, to me that's sad, bro. Like that's really, really sad, and that shows how much people don't care about people. To me.
I mean, people ain't never really cared that much about people.
Ever in life, people have not cared about people. I learned at a very young age. People don't give one iota of a damn about people. Yeah. People care about people. Other than that, people don't care about people. Yeah. Period.
I agree.
But that's sad to me, though. That don't take away from the fact of it being sad. If that's all it take, bro. You can watch these, like, if you know it's a protest and you want to have your voice heard, you can still watch that. We got millions of ways to watch that game in 2 hours. People on the timeline right now that's seeing people talking about Insecure, they going to go still watch the Insecure episode even though the timeline talking about it. Are they not?
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. Sports is tempo programming. It's meant for you to watch it live, not for you to watch a replay. That is their point as well. It's taking attention. Like, if the protest started at 4, but the game started at 4, and the playoffs started at 4,
does that question your priorities?
Huh?
Does it not question your priorities?
I mean, yeah, but you just also said that there's a daily disease going on. So I mean, if I can use an excuse to stay at home and not catch a deadly disease rather than go protest and watch an NBA game.
If you cared that much, you would have had your ass up there at first. So obviously you had one priority over the daily disease at first.
Look, I feel you, but you're not talking about people that care more about they liberation than they do basketball. But if you talk, but also what it seemed to me like is a lot of these players care more about their civil liberties than basketball, and that's what the fuck I'm talking about. And I love it.
Great for them.
I love it. They don't need to play basketball.
Like I said,
they don't need to be playing basketball.
And like I said,
they don't need to be playing basketball.
And like I said,
if they don't want to play basketball, they don't need to play basketball.
And like I said,
bigger than money.
And like I said, I 1,000% respect.
They all millionaires. Or they all at least should be millionaires. Or 100,000 is. My bad.
And like I said, I 1,000% respect that. I respect both sides. If you don't want to play, mad honorable, and I feel you. If you do want to play, I also 1,000% understand why you do want to play. I get both sides. And I'm not telling nobody what to do. I don't know what you should do. I have no idea. And also, like I said, I'm not the one who has to leave my family during this time period, of a very stressful time period, for however knows how many months, leave them alone, go quarantine in a bubble with everybody else in Florida of all. Ain't like they doing this somewhere where it's like ain't no diseases or something. Like Florida, which is Florida, Arizona seem to be the hotbed of coronavirus cases right now because they open. So I don't know what to tell y'all to do. I'm just saying, if this is all it takes. Do what you want to
do. But don't do what y'all want to do, but don't be upset at Kyrie, and don't be subtweeting Kyrie and sending Kyrie subtweets and all of this because you want to go out and you want to earn some money. And let me go to the writers. And he would rather care about what's going on. Now, wait a minute, 1 second. Shout out to Cam. He says, a distraction doesn't take away from what's going on in America. You can think about more than one thing at a time at TPJ. Cut it out. Yeah, you can think about more than one thing at a time, but guess what? Most working people, now that people are getting back to work, are going to work Monday through Friday. So usually on the weekends and when they off will be times in which they would go and exercise their American right to protest. And that will be the time during leisure time which is during the time which the NBA would be on. So I understand the players.
In that question, what you care about the most?
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but like, look, again, I feel you, but to me, that's sad. And look, maybe that could be.
Not.
And look,
it's not sad because they have the right to choose to not to play and not to become a distraction. And if they choose to play, then it is what it is. If they don't, it is what it is.
I'm not contesting that. I'm talking about the people. If you let that be, then I gotta question your priorities. If you would rather go watch Game 2 of the semifinals than go to a protest, then okay, that's your priorities. That's what you would rather do, and that's your priorities. If basketball can make you forget what's going on, you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, how much do you care? How much do you really in your heart care?
Yeah, but they also don't need to add to the. But they also don't need to add to it, and that's their whole point. That's their whole point, though. Their whole point is not your point. Their point is we don't even need to be a variable in that. We don't even need you to have an if. Because I get that. Now don't get me wrong. Now don't get me wrong. If November come around, we get Trump out of here, and they say, all right, cool. Trump is gone. We got a new president. We we know that things are gonna move in a better direction, and things are moving in a better direction. Fine. But right now, at the height of this, I'm not upset at any of these guys who are thinking, why should I add to a distraction and potentially get
1,000%.
myself sick and my whole family sick, or
1,000%.
potentially get sick and not see my whole family.
1,000%. I understand everything, and I'm not combating that part of it. Yeah. I'm not even talking about the players. Yeah. I'm not talking to the players. I'm talking to people. If you gonna let that distract, let's say it does come back, and you gonna let that distract you, then that's sad, and you gotta go look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do you really care about? The players, I again, I 1,000% get their point. 1,000%. I'm not trying to be. I get their point, because even still, like you said, it's deeper than just social injustice, bro. I gotta leave my family. I have to leave my family for however many months to go play a basketball game and quarantine away from my family, and I still might get sick, and then you're gonna let people go in and out the bubble, but we can't leave the bubble?
Yeah.
I'm a grown adult 30-year-old man. You gonna tell me I can't leave somewhere?
Yeah, you can't leave the bubble, bro.
What type of and then also, like,
that's the bubble shit. That's
everybody in the NBA don't like each other, so I gotta be quarantined with people I may not like.
You ain't
for
even
3 months.
No, look, they gonna want you to stay in your room usually.
But they just say that, so I gotta be in the proximity. No, look. So look. I even thought about this today. So okay, Pat Bear tweeted what he said about LeBron. No, listen. So I literally thought about this today. So Pat Bear said what he said about LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, hold on. Let me officially change that topic because I want to talk about that. And actually, can I find that tweet first? Give me one quick second.
Go ahead.
Give me one quick second. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's say season starts back up. Conference finals come. Lakers, Clippers.
Yeah.
They get into a skirmish. They gonna always stay at the same hotel, right?
Yeah.
What if somebody want to come see somebody?
So what? Then guess what? Come see me then. Fuck.
I feel you, but I'm just saying there's so many things where.
Come see me then.
I feel you, but I'm saying there's so many things.
You think Pat Bev's scared?
I'm not saying nobody should be scared. I'm just saying, like, yo, there's so many things where it's like. There's so many variables.
You think Bev Lore's scared about some physical repercussions after a basketball game?
Hell no. I'm just saying, like, these things are all things that can happen. Do you want teams to get into a Royal Rumble at the hotel as an NBA? Is that what you want?
Man, I don't want to hear that. Have you ever heard So Much Fun?
Yes.
Okay, then guess what? Don't be So Much Fun. Track 15.
It's not so much about the players. I don't think the players care. I'm just saying as the league, there are things that you have to, and also the league is my thing is if the players get it, would they be okay? Probably. But again, you don't like shout out Ricky, as he said, you don't want to be a face. You don't want nobody to die.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they definitely don't.
You don't need a coach, owner, somebody who's older, affiliated with the NBA any way that we know of. That even that we don't know of, affiliated with the NBA to die.
Yeah, but what do you think about Pat Beverly's tweet? About or at LeBron. It says, he tweeted at 12:49, Pacific time, on June 14th. Hoopers say what y'all want. Period. If at King James say he hooping, period, we all hooping, period. Not personal, only business in capital letters, praying emoji signs, hashtag stay woke, black fist in terms of supporting the movement. What are
He
your
just
thoughts?
like he threw everything on LeBron, basically. So like whatever decision is made now is on LeBron, and it's like it's an unfortunate decision, this place for LeBron to be in, because even you saw writers tweeting like, oh, this is about LeBron and Kyrie. This is about Kyrie, facing LeBron. So if like you're the average person, you think that this is literally still like they were right. This is about LeBron facing Kyrie. Basically, teammates facing off, and it's on a whole different level about restarting the season.
But it's not teammates facing off. Kyrie is the vice president of the National Basketball Players Association.
Yes,
so
but
he
LeBron James
is supposed to speak up about those things.
1,000%, and which
LeBron
is why
not the president.
1,000%, which is why when LeBron James, when LeBron James, which is why when Kyrie said what he said, I was confused as to why people was mad at Kyrie. That's his job. It's like if the players have a concern, it's your job to voice the concern that the players have. This is the job that he decided to take. This is his job. He's doing what he should do. I don't think anybody on planet Earth should ever just accept the deal anybody gives them. You should question everything. Everything in life, you should question. And then you should take the information and you should make the best decision for yourself. So Kyrie is, if I didn't make that clear earlier, Kyrie is doing what Kyrie should do. He should do this. But as far as when you tweet that tweet, is it wrong for him to tweet? I'm saying it's wrong for him to tweet that tweet.
What do you feel about that Pat Bev tweet? Inbounds, out of bounds? How do you feel about that? Do you think that
I don't know what's inbounds or out of bounds right now.
What do you think?
Like I don't know what's inbounds or out of bounds right now. Because it's an unprecedented situation. It's a situation when emotions are high. A black man just got killed 2 days ago, dealing with the George Floyd situation. Coronavirus numbers seem to be spiking everywhere. I don't know what's inbounds or out of bounds. We really dealing with life or death situations that usually don't seem like life or death situations, but it's dead ass a life or death situation. So I don't know what's inbounds or out of bounds. All I can say is you got to do what's best for you. And if it's best for Pat Bev not to go play, well then Pat Bev should do everything he can to not to go play. I have no idea what, and it may be in LeBron's best interest for him to go play. LeBron, at the end of the day, LeBron, 35 years old. How many years he really got realistically left at this?
So and what? Basketball, that's selfish. That is selfish. You care about your basketball more. Come on, man.
But look, look. LeBron may say, okay, I could use this platform every single day to speak a voice. And okay, if the media already forgot what's going on, but they giving me a camera and they gonna highlight me and they gonna interview me after every game, I'm gonna talk about this after every game and I'm gonna try to highlight what's going on. So I don't know. It's many different ways that you can attack this thing. I don't know.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't play though. Also, I just want to make that known again. I'm not saying that they should not play.
I know.
I'm just saying I understand. For the same arguments you have against it are the reasons. The same arguments you have for them playing are the same arguments I have against them playing.
I'm with you. I'm not saying anything either.
And shout out to the homie D. Robinson.
I don't know what they
on
should.
Twitter. He said none of the players are going to fight. Basketball not that serious. And then also shout out to the homie. But it's deeper than
basketball right now, though.
Cam Buford said, laugh out loud. Pavy sound like he trying to go to the club, while in Orlando, ...
It's deeper than basketball right now, though.
Are you not gonna respond to that?
No, I'm not going to the club in Orlando.
Would you not want to go to the club in Orlando?
No, I'm not going to the club in Orlando. But I'm not going. I'm like off the club at least for the next 6 months. But it's deeper than basketball. Like if you pull me away from my family for however many months, and I think you the person that did that. Yeah, it's basketball, but I'm also mad at you right now. I'm actually mad at you.
So you think that they're going to be physically mad at LeBron for voting for them to have to go back to work?
Some players might be. I don't know. That Pat Bear tweet made it seem like he might be if he got to go back to work. He might be. I don't know.
Look, all I'm going to say is this. If you're feeling froggy, then if I'm LeBron, get to leaping. And we will figure it out after that. Because I can throw hands if I'm LeBron. Trust me. We'll figure it out.
I'm just saying, like It's a very complicated and
And that ain't
unprecedented
directed at Pat Bev either. That's directed at any player that might be mad at
anybody.
LeBron. If I'm LeBron, y'all put this decision on me, so don't be fucking mad at me for choosing the decision for everybody, because I'm not going to be able to make everybody happy. So the ones who ain't happy, eat it. Eat it. Eat it. And get over it.
I'm not saying
Because
that's
guess
wrong.
what? You still going to take that check. If it mean that much to you, then donate all. Then donate all your. Then not even that. Donate all your checks to the foundations. Then
donate our facts. You're not wrong. Facts.
But they not gonna do that, are they? I'm not gonna see no players giving back their checks once they play. They gonna be mad at LeBron. They gonna be subtweeting, but they still gonna collect that check.
Facts. You're not wrong.
I'm just saying.
Facts. If it meant that much, you didn't get it. Like, if you want to be that much, then get a check, play and get a check back. Facts.
Get a check to the community then.
Facts. I can't. I have no rebuttal to that.
The only problem that I understand people having with Kyrie is the fact that he is not gonna play. So like he basically complaining because he might have to go down there and sit on the bench.
It don't matter though. Like that's then you should be mad at the players who I think appointed him to be that job. They appointed him to do that. So he's voicing the concerns of players. How do we know that he had 1,000 conversations up until this day and players said these things to him throughout this whole week and then he voiced everything for the players? It's his job. It's literally his job.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, I think people are looking at it too singular. Like, oh, this is what Kyrie wants. How do we know this ain't what 100 people in the NBA want?
Yeah.
Kyrie, because of his job, this is his role to do this.
Yeah, I mean, look, I understand. I'm not vilifying Kyrie for wanting to do right by the younger guys and by standing up for the role in which he's been chosen and given the, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, if I'm Kyrie, like, y'all didn't elect me a third eye, bro, for no reason. Because if y'all didn't believe in my right to, in order, you know what I mean? You know, in my ability to think consciously and to think about collectively us as a group and our health and our futures as players, then why would you elect me to be your vice president?
Facts.
So as the vice president, now we know Chris Paul is the president, which is also another thing because Chris Paul is the president. But I feel like Chris Paul has also, in all these articles that I've been seeing, has been noted as being one of the driving forces pushing this entire thing forward. So I also think that there might be some internal beef in the Players Association because I feel like there's a lot of questions not being answered. And because I am a reporter and because I do know a lot of people in organizations and a lot of other reporters, I've been hearing some stuff and some rumors and hearing about, you know, potentially how things are going to go. And I do feel like there are still a lot of questions that have not been answered by the NBA. And the unfortunate part about this thing, and I think the thing that will affect, I think the problem with this is that it's a domino effect, right? Because if you don't play, if you're the NBA, if you're other sports leagues, then they have to then, the pressure is then returned upon them to do the same. I think including with the baseball players who are basically going at it with the, you know, their union is going at it right now with the MLB, and they basically told the MLB, you know, you either give us a plan by Monday or we ain't playing. So, you know, I think that I don't think the MLB is going to be the first domino to fall, but if they are, then no MLB, no NBA, all those NFL players have been complaining, all these college athletes have been complaining. We want to raise attention. I mean, I think you could honestly see widespread boycotts on all athletics, especially as we move towards what could potentially be a second wave of this COVID-19, COVID-19 thing. So I'm not upset at Kyrie for doing what he has been tasked by his organization and his collective union to do. But I do think that guys like Pat Bev and Lou Will and all these other guys have to understand that if you're going to put the ball in LeBron's court, you can't be mad at him either way. You just literally, like the second tweet he should have tweeted after that was, it's about business, but he also should have put, but whatever you choose, we riding with you. And leave it at that. I mean, seriously, because The first tweet is only it's like poignantly directed at LeBron, even though people think that it's praising LeBron. It's not praising LeBron. It's kind of like it's him being cynical. You know what I mean? It's him, trying to be a pessimist. And
also, especially after Lou Will's tweet,
Yeah.
what like Lou Will's thing that came up the other day and shit that Lou Will been saying, them being on the same team. Pat Bev has been more of the outspoken one. I mean, just even being in the locker room with Pat Bev. Pat Bev seems like the guy. I don't care what nobody think of me.
Yeah.
So it's like, who were you speaking for?
Yeah.
On top of that as well, it's like, who were you speaking for? Just us knowing Pat Bev, us seeing Pat Bev in the locker room. I was there when Pat Bev did that. That's it.
Yeah. And
So it's like, who were you? It's like that. Who were you speaking for?
yeah.
So
Yeah. But okay, let's go ahead. Let's move on from that. Let's switch.
But
gears.
wait,
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
go ahead,
No,
go ahead.
because
No, go ahead,
I don't move on.
Go
from
ahead
it
then.
yet.
What do you want to talk about then?
Wait.
What specific part?
White reporters.
Okay.
I don't want to say this has nothing to do with you, but it has nothing to do with you. Sometimes, when Frank Iosa, that's his name, right? The guy who tweeted the Kobe tweet, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What did he tweet? What did Frankie Ice tweet?
Kobe would have hung up.
Kobe would have hung up on what?
He tweeted Kobe would have hung up. So I'm assuming.
Oh, would have
he's
hung up on a
saying
Zoom call?
Kobe wouldn't have gave a fuck about social injustice, and I'd have hung up the phone. Kobe would have hung up the phone.
Yeah, and then what Kobe you talking about?
First of all, how you know what Kobe would have done? You know Kobe? How
I mean,
you know what
I
Kobe
mean,
would
I
have
think
done?
he knows Kobe, but I don't think he know what Kobe would have did.
No. You know him like that? You know his heart? You know what's in Kobe's heart? Or do you know about
No,
when
get
you
me wrong.
know,
I agree 100%. I think it's out of bounds. I think I've been seeing a lot of white NBA reporters say things that are
you
very
speaking
out
on
of
a dead
bounds.
man. The dead man can't even speak for himself. If you want to say Michael Jordan would have hung up, Michael Jordan can speak for himself. He can say, "No, Frank, I wouldn't have. I would have said that." You went to saying Kobe would have. How we know what Kobe? You speaking for a dead man. The man ain't even been in the ground 6 months yet. Damn near.
Yeah.
Why you speaking on the man like that?
Yeah.
Also, this ain't your fight to speak on.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut up. You ain't got to deal with what these players got to deal with. To keep it G, a lot of y'all sound like, when people say NBA is slavery and it's just they getting paid for it, a lot of y'all sound like people who just egging it on. With the comments you making, you say, or I somebody say, oh, did you stop playing when Trayvon Martin, when Eric got? We in a different situation, bro.
Yeah, but like,
We
bro, what?
We different situation, bro. This ain't that same situation, bro.
Yeah.
It's about the 10th video, number one. You do something 1 or 2 times, people might forgive it. You do it 10 times, people got a huge issue with it when you do it 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, coronavirus existed then? We had to go play in a bubble then?
No.
When the Trayvon thing happened, I go back to my family. I go hug my black boy son. I go hug my black woman daughter. I could go hug my black woman wife. Now we're in a situation, I gotta go to Orlando, away from everybody, in a time like this and play basketball. And you want to ridicule people and not even understand why people want to do nothing. Yeah. And you ain't even in this. Look, if it's one of us, the situation happened in Atlanta, right? All of us done that. We done all been asleep.
Done what?
We didn't listen to what I'm saying. We done all been asleep. We done been in the car, fell asleep. That could have been any of us.
I would personally say I've never fallen asleep in the car while I was drunk, but
I'll fall asleep in the car drunk. And also one thing I do want to throw in here is
and I'm not. But he didn't deserve to die under any circumstances.
At all. He did
under
not,
any circumstances. Under any circumstances did he not deserve to die? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did he deserve to die? Period. Period.
At all. At the
especially
most,
because they ruled that he was shot in the back. It was ruled homicide by shooting in the back. So it was ruled a murder.
He did not deserve a DUI. It made me know to die. At the most, he deserved a DUI because technically, if you fall asleep in the car and the keys are in the car, technically it's a DUI. Technically. So if an officer wants to get on BS with you and say it's a DUI, they can technically say it's a DUI because your keys are in the car and you fell asleep in the driver's seat. So technically,
well, he fell asleep
they can
in
say
the
it's a DUI.
drive-through, but still, that doesn't justify
It does not
him
at
being
all
murdered.
justify you being dead. But again, like I said, people are dying every single day. You as a white man, you probably won't have to deal with that. If you were in that same situation, very rare, you may get a DUI. Maybe. You probably not going to end up dead. You probably going to end up with them having to tell somebody to come pick you up and take you home, which is the issue with all of this, is that people get treated differently based on race. And that's what everybody mad at. Because people get treated differently based on race. So you don't even have the right to critique what a black athlete wants to do when he says, I don't feel comfortable doing something based on race.
Yeah.
You don't have the right. You don't have the range. You don't have the jurisdiction. You don't even know what it's like to be black to even speak. Shut up. Shut up. If we want to say something, we being ignorant. Because you know what? We could walk outside and the same thing in Atlanta. I can't tell you the times that I done fell asleep in a car and that could have happened to me. Yeah. I done fell asleep in the car and the keys in the car and somebody want to pull up on me, pull me out the car, give me a DUI. Maybe I don't know the law. Something go the wrong way. I end up dead. Ain't no way I should end up dead for that situation. I should end up in jail. Jail ain't dead. I can get out of jail. I can go hug my family.
Yeah, shouldn't even end up in jail. You should just end up with a ticket, honestly, and either a ride home or somebody got to come pick you up.
Yeah, but technically, if you but just going off what the law is, technically, if you in a car and you sleep, even if you do fail a sobriety test, if you had the keys in the car,
yeah, but
you get a DUI.
Why that
so
is.
Technically, they would take you to jail, huh?
Yeah, but it ain't equal for everybody. So
I know
it's
not.
I would much rather them send people home. Send them home. Take their keys. Send them home. Make them come back and get them the next day from the jail and charge them a fine.
I know it's not.
And leave it there.
I know it's not.
I mean, unless they belligerently drunk, which that guy was not. He was talking to them. He was very articulate. He talked to them for about 20, 30 minutes. But it's also why these guys saying that they don't want to come back and play makes sense, because we talking about this because ain't nothing going on. But if it's a bunch of stuff going on, we not gonna be talking about this. We're gonna be talking about what's going on in the NBA.
That's sad.
Are we not? Are we not on this show too?
Huh?
Huh? What do you mean? On this show too?
I still want to bring this shit up. What you mean? Whoa.
I didn't say that we wouldn't want to bring it. No. Wait a minute. I didn't say that. No, wait a minute. I didn't say that we wouldn't want to bring it up, because we've been talking about this stuff for forever. When it happens. Well, no. Wait a minute. Let me finish first. We've been talking about this stuff forever when it happens. So I'm not gonna act like we don't talk about it when it happens. But also, the level at which we are seeing it, in which it is being amplified and brought to our attention, we are as NBA reporters that are utilizing our NBA platform to talk about other things affecting our community. Once the NBA returns, the bulk of the conversation, we won't spend 50 minutes an episode talking about social justice reform.
Why can't we?
No, I didn't say that we can't. I said we won't be, because we're going to be talking about what's going on in the goddamn games.
Why can't we do both?
Because how we going to do all of that and fit all of that into a 2-hour time block?
Talk about what's going on for 40 minutes and then talk about the rest of it for an hour 20.
Look.
But
Let's just keep it real, though. Let's just keep it real, though. Let's just keep it real, though.
That's fair.
Let's just keep it real, though.
Yes.
Because also the only reason why we still talking about this stuff is because of the fact that these players are still seeing this stuff and tweeting it and acknowledging it while all of it is going on.
Again, I'm not saying you're wrong.
And not all of these guys are articulate. So just them all, by definition, having a microphone and a camera shoved in front of their face because of this coronavirus thing, or every word that they say being picked apart, that's extra scrutiny that they have to be under, that they don't necessarily want to be under.
Facts. And look, I'm not saying that you're wrong about that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying that's not what we would do or whatever. I'm just saying if that's the case, we all got to look in the mirror and question our priorities. what do we care about the most? That's for every human being on planet Earth, every black man. Cause I'm not worried about what everybody else do. Cause they gonna move on how they gonna move on. The media already moved back to coronavirus. That's for every black individual on planet
And
Earth.
somebody's tweeting us he was out on parole for for COVID or whatever. That doesn't justify him being killed.
Dying. That has nothing to do.
Like literally.
Dying.
No. Look, if he is out for doing something or beating a child and he's out because of COVID, send him back to jail. That don't mean he deserved to get murdered in front of a Wendy's.
There's a difference between being in jail and being dead. You can get out of jail. You can get out of jail.
What?
That's like if
nobody deserves to get murdered in front of a Wendy's.
Like we're talking. I've been to jail. Well, I've been to the precinct.
Fuck out of here, man. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I've been to the precinct. That's like saying because I got into an accident, drunk driving, I should be dead. No, I should be in jail. I should pay my fine, do my debts to society, and I should go about my life.
Yes.
Dead and jail are two different concepts. He should not be dead. He should be in jail. Jail was fair.
And by the way, if I see y'all putting bullshit in these comments, I will put y'all ass on timeout or block y'all. Because also I see a lot of y'all be putting shit that ain't facts in here.
Listen.
So if you ain't putting facts in here, keep that fake ass shit out of this shit. Fuck out of here.
Jail is fair. I agree with you. I agree with the fact of jail because again I know what the law is. I learned
but even
that
if he was out on parole and he didn't want to go back to jail, he deserved to go back to jail. He didn't deserve to get murdered.
Exactly.
Apprehend the man without murdering him and send his ass back to jail.
Facts. I agree with the fact he deserves to be in jail. Reason being because I know what the law is, and technically, if you fall asleep in a car, even if you're drunk, if you have the keys anywhere in the car, technically it shows intent to drive, so you should get a DUI. You should be sent back to jail. He should be sent back to jail. Being sent back to jail and not being alive anymore is two different concepts. So again,
and I love how people say y'all ignore the fact that he fought a cop. Fighting a police officer mean you deserve to die? Like how is even a felony charge for assaulting a police officer mean you go to jail for a felony? That's the equivalent of deserving to die. No, it is not. It's not. If he was white, you wouldn't be saying, yo, they should have killed him. The fuck out of here. Nobody deserves to die for having a fight with a police officer. And also nobody deserves to die while running away and being shot twice in the back. Fuck out of here. Y'all ridiculous, man.
Especially running away. And this is not me being emotional about the situation because I'm black at all. It's just
if he was white, he didn't deserve to die.
It's just like that's not the proper.
Them people in Wendy's didn't deserve to see a murder.
They
went to go get some food and they had to witness a murder.
That's not the proper.
Fuck out of here.
That's not the proper cause for what happened. It's just not the proper cause for what happened. And then that goes back to the fact of do everyday police officers need to have guns? Do they need to be armed? That goes back to all of that because you, as an officer, should not be the judge, jury, executioner.
I agree.
You shouldn't be that. The judge, executioner, that's a lot of power for one person to have. And if you are going to have that power, then it should be certain laws in place for if you take that power out of bounds, you suffer a strong consequence for you taking that power out of bounds.
I agree. And being shot in the back is not defense by the police. You're not defending yourself when someone is running away with a non-lethal weapon and you shoot them in the back. It's not the same thing. Even if he had a 2x4 in his hand and he was running away, he didn't deserve to get shot in the back and killed. He deserved to go to jail if that would have been according to the law, he deserved to go to jail so a jury of his peers can convict him of a crime if he was committing a crime, and then he can go to jail. He didn't deserve to be sentenced to jail. But I'm sorry, to be sentenced to death. But also, like I said, these players have to deal with these things and these conversations not happening now, especially while this president is in the White House, and we clearly see if you're an African American that he is divisive and that he is looking to stir up shit and cause trouble and unrest amongst his people because he thinks that it'll give him a better chance to win the election. So if I'm a basketball player, I understand them not wanting to take away the light from what is going on, because it's not so much about people forgetting. It's about you not seeing everything because you're now seeing their stuff pop up and float to the top of these algorithms. Because you also got to remember that a lot of this shit is based on algorithms. So once something get hot, it's just going to keep surfacing anyway. The reason why we keep seeing all these videos is because they hot. The algorithms are seeing that we seeing this stuff. And when people engage with those tweets and they resurface them and they amplify those tweets and those things, we then are able to see them, and we're able to continue to amplify them and do what we need to do as citizens to be able to make sure that people are brought to justice. When they're playing basketball, you can't do the same thing. So even with these reporters, shut up, because you are not a part of this community. You're part of the basketball community, but guess what? The majority of basketball players are black. They are not white. So therefore, you do not speak for the rest of the constituency that is of the players. You speak for a minority. You speak for a minority of the players and not for a majority of the players. So therefore, you do not speak for the players. Kyrie Irving speaks for the players. Chris Paul speaks for the players, and they speak for the players because they were elected to speak for the players. Go ahead.
No, I agree with everything that you said. Every single part of it. The only thing I will keep saying, and I will keep ushering into, with everything I'm saying is, again, us as African Americans. I'm not talking about nobody else, because that's on them. But if all it takes is somebody dribbling the ball to have you forget what's going on, that's sad, and we need to look in the mirror with all ourselves. And that's all I'm saying.
Nobody said that we were going to forget what was going on. Nobody said we were going to forget. It's a difference. It's a difference between. Let it be a distraction. But it's a difference between being the main focus. That's all it takes. No, it's a difference between being the main focus. Because it's a difference between being the main focus of I'm sorry. The main topic and point of relevancy.
As African Americans, that's sad. If it becomes your main focus as African Americans, that's sad. And I'm sorry.
I disagree with that, because guess what? If none of these NBA players were speaking out, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The only reason why we're having this conversation is because these players are speaking out and saying that they don't want to participate in being a distraction from the things that are going on. Some of them want to play. All of them have pretty much said, yeah, we want to play, but we also don't want to be any piece that takes away from it. You keep looking at it as if like the focus is going to immediately shift to the NBA. That ain't the point. The point is, even if it take one eyeball off of it, or even if it takes 20 minutes of attention off of somebody going out and educating themselves, then it still is hurting. So that's their point. It's not about us having to look in within ourselves. We're Americans. This is what we do as Americans. We participate in watching television and entertainment. It's the reason why everybody sat in front of The Last Dance and watched The Last Dance when The Last Dance was going on.
I get the point, but at the same time, granted, everybody isn't me. So I can't say because everybody, I was raised different, I was born different, I did things differently. That's the person who don't consume majority of the content people consume. You pick and choose what you want to consume.
Yeah, but you consume the NBA. So if you're spending hours watching the NBA, you're not on Twitter seeing what's going on during the protest.
But check it out though. If I don't want to consume that because I want to go to this protest, I'm gonna do that. We all have power over what we consume every day.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that your attention is still not being pulled away from the other issues that are going on. You're paying more attention to it now because there aren't other things for you to watch. So if you're the NBA players, what we're saying is, if we give you something else to watch and talk about, then guess what? Then you're not going to be watching and talking about all of the other stuff that's going on. You're going to be watching and talking about us, or at least participating in watching and talking about us, when all we talking about right now while we're not playing is our people being murdered and social injustices and stuff that we see that's going on.
I agree.
Once we got to get back to back to playing, then we got to talk about ball. We got to worry about ball. We got to worry about hoops, and we got to worry about not dying from a horrible disease that we all scared of. And that's the main reason why we stopped playing ball in the first place.
I agree, and
that's the whole point. It's not about black people having to look within themselves. It's about it's not just about black people. It's about everybody, the whole world. It's a global sport. There is no sports on right now. If the NBA returns, they're going to be one of the first major American leagues to fully return it to action.
Facts. And I agree with all of that. I hear everything you're saying. I don't disagree with nothing you're saying. I'm not saying I
Insecure
disagree.
come on once a week and it lasts for 30 minutes. And guess what?
And
guess
look.
what? That's not tempo programming.
And
It's
look,
not.
and look, and look, check it out. I agree with everything you're saying. My opinion is, in my humble opinion, and maybe it's just me being me, because the way I do what I do and the way I live what I live. But if that's all it takes for you to take your opinion off, whatever you want to take your opinion off, that's sad to me. I'm sorry. To me, that's sad.
Reality. It's reality.
That's
we gotta
sad.
stop. We gotta stop acting like we're not living
reality.
in reality. We living in
I
reality.
never said it wasn't reality. I never said it wasn't reality. I said if that's all it takes, that's sad to me, and you gotta go look in your mirror and ask you what your priorities are.
All it takes, bro. It's not that if that's all it takes. It's not that if it's all it takes. Even if you're an NBA player, you have all your time and your attention to put into focus into driving a conversation right now. You can't do that when you playing basketball. So it ain't just about, well, like, and this is the other thing that I keep saying about the fans, because even what you saying right now is selfish. It's selfish because it's not about who gives a fuck about you or me. If I'm an NBA player, I don't give a fuck about y'all, you or none of you fucking fans. I give a fuck about my life, and if I get pulled over, I got to worry about a police officer killing me. Fuck that. Even my attention is going to be taken off of what's going on, because now I got to focus on basketball. And so will hundreds of other people. So I understand what they're saying. It's not just about like, oh, if it take your attention off, then like you got to think about something else. It's like, no, people got to eat and feed their kids. It's not just about the players. There are hundreds of people that work with the NBA. There will be hundreds of people that will be employed by this. They will be able to feed their children. They saying they gonna cut off the unemployment benefits for people as of July 31st. That's the first day the NBA returns. That means that those hundreds of people that could utilize their work and that salary and that money will need that, and they won't have that if the NBA doesn't return. So it's not just about the players themselves. Everybody involved with the NBA and surrounding the NBA will then have to focus on what is going on with the NBA, because if they don't, then what is the point of having an NBA season if ain't nobody gonna watch it, gonna care about it, gonna cover it, because they covering social issues? That's their point. We don't give a fuck about the fans. We talking about us potentially being distractions for ourselves as well as other people when we don't need to be, because we can just sit at home, not catch a daily disease, and not also continue to contribute to watching our people die and contributing and being complicit in their murders being partially silenced because other people that are ignorant will move their attention away. It's going to always be dumbass, ignorant people out there. You still got to account for them. You still got to account for the dummies. We more enlightened. We going to keep paying attention, but it's a lot of dummies out there that's not going to pay attention. So if you the players, I got to make y'all pay attention, and it's the only way.
Look, I get that 1,000%, and I'm not saying, I'm not telling the players what to do, because I understand it from the player side wholeheartedly. I do. I'm not talking about the players. I get it, because again, even outside of social justice, I'm not the one that got to leave my family to go to Orlando, which is a hotbed, Florida in general, a hotbed of coronavirus, and possibly get sick. And even though I might not die, possibly die, it's not like it's the cold in which you get sick and you recover. Some people don't recover. Some people don't recover. Like, even though I think the death toll right now is like 0.5, but it's still 0.5, as in somebody might be in that percentage of people who dies. Nobody wants to be in the people who dies. So I have nothing to do with that's not at all what I'm saying. Not at all what I'm saying. I feel them. I feel that. And again, if you want to play, and 1,000% go play. You don't want to play, my brother, because you thinking about something that's bigger than you, and also it's a lot that's on your mind. How can you even focus on basketball?
Don't get me wrong, I feel you. It is sad, but also if you're an NBA player, I'm an NBA player, I know it's sad, but guess what? It's a lot of dumbass people out there, and a lot of ignorant ass people. So although it's sad, we got to take that burden and take that L financially and physically in order for our ignorant people to wake up. And that's really what they talking about. That's really what they talking about. They not disagreeing with you. They agree with you. But that's why they're doing what they're doing, because they agree with you. Not because they disagree with you, but because they agree with you.
I feel that 1,000%. And again, like I said,
because they agree with you.
I understand. I 1,000% get it. But my thing is that's just sad, bro. And you gotta look in the mirror, and if that's all it take, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So all right. I know you wanted to have some conversations because we're going to start having some different kind of content on MLG highlights. So
Facts.
I know you wanted to talk about the best NBA finals, but first, honestly, I want to talk about this. Talking to my girl's brother, and this man out of nowhere comes up to me, and we start talking about basketball and Manu and the Spurs, and then he tells me Manu is better than D-Wade. And then he starts telling me, oh, there's all these articles about how Manu is better than D-Wade. Kobe said that Manu was the second best shooting guard that he had to defend. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm like, bruh, Manu was never better than D-Wade. Manu is not better or greater than D-Wade. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think that there is an argument to be had with Manu versus D-Wade?
I think it's the most idiotic shit I've ever heard in my life.
You don't think?
I think it's one of the most idiotic basketball opinions I've ever heard in my life.
Why is there not an argument? Manu's a winner.
Why is there?
I mean, I'm just asking you. I'm asking you, why do you think that? I mean, you said that, but why? I'm asking you why you feel that way.
D-Wade is a Finals MVP. Okay. Is he not?
Yeah.
He has been one of the driving forces on championship teams.
Mm-hmm.
As an individual, D-Wade's worst year is Manu's best year. One of them. D-Wade's worst years are some of Manu's best years.
Yeah.
2014, D-Wade half dead. Them Manu's best years.
Yeah.
I gotta keep going.
I mean, hey, nah. I mean, I'm not upset with you. I was arguing with the man too. I'm like, bro, you're tripping.
Is Manu a top 10 shooting guard?
I think he is.
Is it on the lower end of 10?
I would say he would be 9 or 10 if he
Where's
was there.
D-Wade?
I personally said D-Wade was 3, and he told me D-Wade was 3, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
So where Manu at?
I'm sorry. He told me Manu was 3, and I said, bro, Manu not better than Harden. Manu not better than Clyde.
He said Manu better than Clyde. He said Manu better than AI.
I mean, after
he
we
said
some
better than Klay.
After we had some discussions,
he said Manu stop. He said Manu better than Klay.
Oh, you think Klay better than Manu?
Yes.
Really? I'm surprised to hear that from you.
He better than fucking
I'm surprised to hear that from you.
Klay.
I
love Manu. A couple years ago, I might have said different. In 2020, no.
Yeah, yes, a couple years ago, you definitely would have. Back when you hated Klay Thompson and you said he could only take 2 dribbles.
I just didn't know.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we don't forget. Yeah.
Yes, but listen.
Call that man Mr. 2 dribbles.
But I told you he got better. Did I not say it next year?
You did.
He got better. He expanded his game. Okay, cool. Also, if you look at Klay's career and Manu's career, from what Klay has done in his career, Manu has is it 3 rings or is it 4 rings?
I think he got 4.
4 rings, but how many of those off the bench? Klay has been he's starting at least. He's been a driving factor in 5 straight finals appearances? One of the driving factors, 5 straight finals appearances, went back to back.
So was Ginobili.
Huh?
So was Ginobili. Ginobili has 4 rings. He's a 2-time All-Star, 2nd-time All-NBA 3rd team, 6th Man of the Year, rookie 2nd team, and he has a gold medal in the Summer Olympics in 2004 with Argentina.
And Klay Thompson. Let me look up Klay Thompson. Who ain't done.
Don't get wrong. I think Klay is better. I think he was tripping. Go ahead.
By the way, Klay, who ain't done, by the way. Manu is done. Klay ain't done, by the way. Now, we were talking about basketball. Yeah. We don't know when the NBA might come back. We don't know what Klay might look like when he come back. But 3-time champion, 3-time All-Star, 2-time 3rd team, all-defensive 2nd team, rookie 1st team. He probably going to end his career with more points than Manu.
Yeah.
He probably went his career better in every statistical category than Manu Ginobili.
Manu has 14,000 points.
Klay got, let me look at right now. Manu got 14,000 points.
Yeah.
Klay got, I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
Klay has,
let's see,
11,000 points.
Damn, yeah, he definitely finna flame that man up.
And
Manu
Klay,
does have 4,000 assists
30.
and 3,600 rebounds.
Manu had 4,000 assists?
Yeah, he had 4,000 assists and 3,600 rebounds. 3.8 assists per
Klay
game.
Klay got 2,100 rebounds.
I'm sorry.
And 1,400.
Huh? You go ahead. My bad.
Klay got 2,100 rebounds and 1,400 assists. Now, he may not catch him in assists because Klay don't be passing that bitch.
He'll catch him in rebounds, though.
But in rebounds, he'll catch him.
Yeah.
And in threes, I'm sure it ain't even close.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I personally think Klay is better than Manu, period. But
Manu not better than Sidney Moncrief. Manu not better than Ray Allen.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I was literally. I'm like, Manu not up there, bro. He not up there. He really not up there to me.
Manu not better than T-Mac.
No, he not better than Mac. He not.
I'm shocked you said that.
Well, you know what? He's greater than T-Mac.
Is he?
Yeah, he's not better. He's not player to player. I don't think he's better, more skilled, but he's greater than T-Mac.
I don't hate you for that opinion because
Manu's
he is a
better than
four-time
T-Mac.
champion. T-Mac
He's
isn't a
greater than
champion,
T-Mac.
but that depends on what you value more for a individual player. Because T-Mac has more individual awards, but again, he wasn't in the situation that Manu was in. But T-Mac does have more individual awards.
Yeah, but do you think but do you think Manu could have? And somebody asked, is Manu a Hall of Famer? Yes, first ballot.
Yes,
but
facts.
do you think Manu could have got those Orlando teams out the first round? I think he could have.
No, he couldn't have. Go back and watch them games. No, he couldn't have. He taking Pat Garrett out the first round? Are they getting to the playoffs with Manu?
Yeah, they would.
Would they?
Yeah, they would.
Would they?
I think they would.
Have we ever seen Manu been asked to do that much to even be able to say that?
No, but I still think that they'd make the playoffs. I think they'd be like a 7th, 8th seed.
They was a 7th, 8th seed with T-Mac.
I mean, then shit, the same thing. I mean, I think Manu and T-Mac are like what and what.
No.
I think T-Mac is a better scorer than Manu, but that's about where it ends. Better score.
No, I think
better
T-Mac.
Better score, better passer. Better score, better passer, and that's it.
Better everything. He's a better. He's a better everything than Manu Ginobili, and he's bigger than Manu Ginobili.
Not a better winner.
Now,
not better. I don't think he's better. I don't think he's more skilled than Ginobili.
Yeah, but see, I disagree with that. I think he's more skilled than Ginobili. I think T-Mac is. I think T-Mac honestly.
The Euro.
First of all,
the Euro.
Ugh,
yeah,
that's Manu. And KD said he copied T-Mac's pull-up jumper. KD said he copied T-Mac's pull up on people.
Look, KD is 7 feet fucking tall. He it don't matter what he copy. It's gonna work. He big as hell. I feel what you saying.
I feel you, but you gotta think about that point in time, like when T-Mac was doing it. At that point in time, you never really seen somebody that big be as agile as T-Mac playing the shooting guard spot. T-Mac was like 6'8", 6'9". Back then, if you was that tall, you was playing like forward or damn near power forward. You had T-Mac that big playing guard. Now it wouldn't be as odd because you've seen it before, you've seen it many times. But like T-Mac, like 6'8", playing shooting guard. Even Kobe said he was a taller me. Kobe said that.
Yeah, but Kobe also said that Manu was one of his toughest competitions.
He probably did. He said the same thing about T-Mac.
Yeah.
He said T-Mac wasn't taller than him.
Huh?
He said T-Mac wasn't taller than him.
I know, but he also complimented Ginobili too.
Shout out Manu. I think Manu was hard. I think Manu was great. I think Manu was top 15 all time. If you want to put him top 10, I'm not going to yell at you at all. I think Manu is hard.
Who's your top 10 shooting guards? Can we do that again?
Yeah.
Let's do that right now. And I'm going to put some pictures of make it a video. Let's do it. Okay.
Obviously.
So, Pavy, we're here. We're talking top 10 shooting guards.
Wait, can I use the bathroom?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, so as Pavy goes to take a potty break, I'm still here. So we're going to go ahead, and I just want to open this conversation up by saying shout out to everybody out there. Make sure you go and you subscribe to us on MLG Highlights. We are there. What we will be talking about momentarily will be actually the NBA top 10 shooting guards. Obviously, many people have Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT, as being one of the players that is not only the best shooting guard of all time, but one of the best players in NBA history. So I think that what we also have to understand, when we talk about this, obviously Michael Jordan is, probably going to be number one on both of our lists. I will say that he deserves his due credit, and so do the other players. And for me, I really think that there is no longer a race for who is the best shooting guard of all time. I think that Michael Jordan will forever be the best shooting guard of all time. I think that the race at this point right now is a race for who can come in and who can actually be the third best shooting guard of all time. Because I also think that Kobe Bryant, his status is cemented, in history as being the second greatest shooting guard as well. So I'm about to bring Pavy back in a second. Pavy, welcome back from your bathroom break. What's up?
Have you started yet?
No, I didn't start. I just kind of introduced it. Let's go ahead. Let's start talking.
You want to go back to back?
We can go. Let's go from 10 down to 1. I feel like actually, let's go from 1 down. We all know what number one. Number one is
one down.
Michael
We gotta
Jordan.
go 1 down.
Michael Jordan number 1. I say Kobe Bryant.
Michael Jordan number 1. Kobe number 2.
Yep.
Number 3, I got D Wade.
Yep. Number 3, I personally have Dwayne Wade.
Number 4, I got James Harden.
Number 4, I got Clyde because he went to a finals.
Get the fuck
on his own.
Clyde.
On his own.
Get
on his
get
own.
Clyde. No, he
on
didn't
his
go
own.
on his own.
On
go
his
back
own.
and good look.
On his
go
own.
back.
On
Go
his
back
own.
and watch those series.
Was he
it
not
was
the
not
best
on
player?
his own.
Was he not
Terry
the best
Porter
player?
and Jerome Kersey.
Was he not the best player on the team?
I don't know about that. I swear
James
to God,
Harden
I don't know
went
about
to
that. On everything I
James
love, I
Harden
don't know about that.
ain't made it to the finals being the best player on his own team.
No, check it out. I don't think Clyde was best player on them teams. I swear to God. I think it was Terry Porter on everything I love. On everything I love. I think Terry Porter was the best player on them teams. On everything I love. Terry Porter was a driving force. Clyde Drexler just scored more points most nights.
Yeah.
On everything I love.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with James Harden 4.
Mm-hmm.
You got Clyde 4?
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna actually go with number 4. I'm gonna go with Klay Thompson. Give me that man. Give me Klay Thompson. Give me Klay Thompson.
I'm gonna go with
Give me Klay Thompson. Give me Klay
fifth.
Thompson, and then give me Klay Thompson number 4.
Fifth, I'm gonna go with Jerry West.
I think if you're building a team, you would take Klay Thompson because he fulfills a huge need that every team has, which is shooting, and as well as catch and shoot shooting, and he can catch the ball and shoot from anywhere at any point in time, and I think that he would be a valuable asset. Like, could you imagine if a guy like John Stockton got to play with Klay Thompson instead of Jeff Hornacek? He would average damn near 20 assists.
With Karl Malone?
With Karl Malone, yes.
I mean, yeah, sure, but that's not fair.
He coming.
Yeah, but same time, could you imagine if John Stockton got to play with James Harden? So now if Malone ain't got to work and Harden get to do people in?
It wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to have John Stockton and James Harden there.
Yes, you could.
No, you wouldn't.
If you had Chris Paul and Harden, you could have Stockton and Harden.
Yeah, but Chris Paul and Harden clearly didn't work out. You saw that.
They did work. They won 66 games together. They went to 7 games against the fucking Warriors.
They didn't get to the finals.
That don't mean that they didn't work out. Stop that.
They didn't get to the finals. It didn't work out.
Chris Paul got hurt.
CP2.
Chris Paul got hurt.
I don't care. Blake was hurt.
Anyway,
Blake was hurt.
I said number 5. I'm gonna go Jerry West. So who your number 5?
Number 5. I actually have. I'm gonna go with James Harden. I'm gonna put James Harden number 5. I argue Clyde, but I think James Harden is a better player than Clyde, but he's not greater than Clyde at this point. I think that he still needs to get to the finals on his own. I like the MVP. It's cool. It's smooth, but it's a regular season award. I want to see him as the man get to at least second place, period. And for me, number 6, I'm going to go with Clyde.
Number 6, I'm going to go with Allen.
You would go with who? It broke up.
Allen Iverson.
Okay.
Number 6, I'm going with AI.
Okay. For me, number 7, I'm gonna go with Jerry West. I'm gonna finally give Jerry West his credit. Jerry West as a number 7 shooting guard. He's 1-8 in the finals. Not a fan of that, but you can't deny the numbers and what he did at that point in time. He's the logo for a reason, and I'm gonna be nice because he always is very nice to me whenever I see him. He always spoke to me, always would give me a head nod like "What's up?" Yeah, so he was mad cool. Shout out to Jerry West, cool guy.
Number 7, because we on number 7, right? Yep. Number 7, I'm gonna go with Clyde. Then out there, I'm gonna put Clyde. Number 7.
Okay, number 8, I'm gonna actually go with number 8. I'm gonna go with Ginobili. I think that's a perfect spot for him to be in, right there. Not at 3, but right there. Number 8. I'm going to go with Ginobili, number 8. How about you?
Number 8. I'm going to go with Sidney Moncrief.
Okay, I knew you was gonna do that.
2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 5-time. They actually created the Defensive Player of the Year. Damn it, to give it to Sidney Moncrief. So 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 5-time All NBA, 5-time All Defensive, 5-time All. So I'm going Sidney Moncrief number 8.
All right, I'm gonna go Sidney Moncrief number 9. Yeah.
Number 9, I'm gonna go.
You're gonna be
Ray
mad
Allen.
at my number 10 pick.
Ray Allen.
You're gonna be mad at my number 10 pick.
I'm gonna go Ray Allen number 9. Who you got number 10?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go Ray Allen number 10. I was gonna say DeMar DeRozan at number 10.
Boy, relax.
I was gonna say DeMar DeRozan.
You don't even believe that.
I was gonna say DeMar DeRozan at number 10. I don't not believe it.
Fuck out of here.
I mean, you gonna put Chris Paul in your top 10, and he ain't never made it to a finals. Him and DeMar made it to the same place.
Yeah, I'm on my number 10.
Yep. We're waiting.
T-Mac, honorable mention, Klay Thompson.
T-Mac, honorable mention, Klay Thompson. Weak. Klay Thompson better than T-Mac.
Nah, the reason why I'm saying honorable mention is because, yes, Klay Thompson more, but T-Mac is a Hall of Famer, 2-time scoring champ, 7-time All-NBA, 7-time All-Star, most improved player. I don't think Klay has been as good on his own as T-Mac has, but I'm saying honorable mention because Klay does have 3 rings, and I think that within 2 more seasons, I will be very comfortable putting him above Tracy McGrady.
Klay better. Klay's, you know what? I won't say he's better because T-Mac, I think, was a more skilled player. Actually, nah, because Klay can get hot and drop 69. T-Mac can't get hot and drop 69.
When Klay ever dropped 69?
Didn't he drop? I thought he dropped 69.
No.
What was it, 63?
60. He dropped 60.
Okay, well, still 60. He can get hot.
T-Mac didn't drop 60.
When? How many times? Has he ever dropped 37 in a quarter?
No, but T-Mac has dropped 60.
He ain't never dropped 37 in a quarter.
Let's do this. T-Mac.
Oh, damn. And AI is not. I didn't have AI on my list because I have AI in my point guards list. I don't have him listed as shooting guard.
I didn't even realize you have AI on your list.
I don't have AI as a shooting guard. I have him as a combo, and I have him as a point guard more so.
I got AI as a shooting guard because he has best as a shooting guard. So I got AI as a shooting guard personally.
That's funny. But anyways, we were going to talk about the best finals, but I feel like we've talked about that. You want to go ahead. You want to tease that. You're dropping a video, best finals of the last decade, right?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I did a best finals of the last decade. I kind of tried to run it down based off of what had the most drama, also what was good basketball, but more so what had the most drama. I think that, like you said, sports is entertainment, and I think, even outside of just it being good basketball, I think drama is something that you want to see in sports. So I tried to run it off, what had the most drama as well as what had good basketball. So that's becoming to you guys soon. Again, I ran down the top finals of the 2010s, the top 10 finals of the 2010s. If you disagree with me, let me know why you disagree with me. Comment, like it, do all of that. So yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be coming sometime this week. So make sure you get in tune with that. Shout out to everybody out there that's watched Hoops and Brews. We appreciate you, for watching, for tuning in. Make sure you go and you check out that video from Pavy. As always, it's your boy TPJ. Please do not drink and drive, especially if you're black. You could potentially get murdered by the police. And that's not a joke. That's dead-ass facts. So don't drink and drive, motherfucker. I've been telling y'all that shit from damn near episode number 1. Don't do it. It's wrong. Call a Lyft. Call a Uber. Rest in peace to all of the victims of police brutality, all of the murder victims. It's unfortunate. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. It's TPJ. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, real TPJ. Make sure you go and you subscribe to our second channel, bit.ly/subscribe HNB, or you can go and you can just search MLG highlights on YouTube, and you'll be able to find it. It's the one with the 2 million subscribers, not the one with the 4. Subscribe to that one. Check out my newest episode of Real Talk with TPJ. It's up there. I talked in depth how I felt about Kyrie's comments. Make sure you go and you check that out. I'll be bringing that back on that channel as well as continuing to bring it back on this channel. Shout out to the homie that donated this episode. We appreciate you, and we thank you for that revenue. Pavy, go ahead, get your plug in. All right. Get your plug in.
Yeah, as always, man, follow me on Twitter at Pavy, Pavy, all one word, Pavers.com. Make sure y'all go check that out.
Yeah, man. And as always, man, just be safe. We love you guys. We will all see what is happening with everything that's going on in the NBA. Make sure you drop a like on this video before it ends. Drop a like, 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 drop a like. Clips of this will probably go up on MLG. And yeah, man, shout out to y'all. We appreciate it. Until next time, we will get up with y'all later. This has been Hoops and Brews. And until then, peace out. Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roller this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a contract. Moving through the city, we be going. Yeah, yeah. Roller this, you pullin', now you know it.